Hello everyone, my name is Rocky AZ, and this is my first real video I'm going to react to. I'm on my computer. Thank you, Nana, and let's react to Blair White. She is a biological male, and she is a conservative, right-wing Trump voter. How dare she vote for Trump in the trans community? Let's react to her video. The only trans woman I support.
In the locker room, I turn around and there's a man.
Oh yeah, this girl was screaming in the alley gym that there was a man in the girls' locker room. No one supported her. This is insane.
In there.
I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's a thing. We're here. We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years.
I'm gonna lose my mind. This person's name is Alexis Black, High Priestess. So it's a witch. So you're a prostitute witch.
I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the.
Oh my god, he just walked right back in.
And it's a black woman too.
Welcome back to the Blair White Project's podcast. I'm your host, Blair White, obviously. And this story, the one we're starting with here, transgender person at center of LA Gym Row insists they're entitled to use women's locker room. I hate to be the tranny police, I really do, mostly because I don't get paid for that in particular. But, you know, no one else is going to do it, so here we are. You guys have sent me this story like crazy, and it's so much nuttier, pun intended, than the one, the Planet Fitness one last year. I'm going to let this woman who encountered this trans woman in the women's locker room at Gold's Gym just tell you the story in her words, and we'll react.
I just had the worst experience ever at the gym, at Gold's Gym, and I think this is probably happening at gyms across America.
It is.
We're like,
the left will say it's not.
Trans women are going into the.
She did the same thing as me.
Not really caring about how women feel about it. And it's really hurtful, yo. Like, how you gonna say you want to be a woman or that you are a woman, but you don't give a how women feel? Today I was naked in the locker room. I turned around and
you guys already know how broken the media landscape is right now. Between misinformation, censorship, and the constant lack of transparency, it is borderline impossible to trust anything you're reading or seeing. And that is exactly why I use the amazing Ground News. Ground News pulls from every major news outlet, right, left, center, so you can actually see and compare how the story may or may not be spun in a certain direction. Like this story that just broke. Trump DOJ is reportedly looking at ways to ban transgender Americans from owning guns. So let's compare the headlines. From The Intercept, which is left-leaning, Trump's DOJ wants to deprive trans people of the right to self-defense. And then the Free Press, which is right-leaning, gun rights group slams DOJ for considering gun ban on transgender people. So two totally different takes on the same event. And Ground News lets me see that contrast.
Just to say something, if you care about the truth and not just one story, you would be using this news because it shows you the left and the middle and what the right. What every subject is posting on what side of the political aisle. And if you care about truth, you would be looking at news like this.
Instantly, which is priceless for the job that I do, but important for all of us because we're all taking in news and information at all times. It makes it so that you're not blindly trusting a single outlet's framing. Another amazing feature from Ground News that I use is the blind spot feed. For example, a story like "We'll Be Moving, Alberta transgender children and families brace for legal changes." So this was mostly covered by left-leaning outlets, and if you only follow right-wing outlets, you probably haven't even seen it. The blind spot feed is going to make sure that you stay informed and that you don't fall into any echo chambers, which is again so amazing. Whether it's LGBT news or national politics, Ground News keeps me up to speed without the bias. And at this point, I seriously use it for every single video that I make. Every video you guys watch, Ground News has been involved. So go to ground.news/BWP or scan the QR code somewhere on the screen to get 40% off of their Vantage plan. That's just $5 a month to finally see the full picture. Thank you so much to Ground News for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. And now on to the rest of the podcast.
There's a man there in boy clothes.
And you all can tell that's a man, okay? That's not pulling it off. Blair can pull it off. Okay? See, there would be no problem with Blair because she could pull it off. They're not even trying. You can't pull it off. They're not in there because they believe they're trans.
Lip gloss, standing there looking at me, I'm butt naked. So the first thing I think is maybe there's a worker in here, maybe I missed the sign. I say the word sir to say, sir, what are you doing in here? He goes, don't talk to me. I'm a woman. I have a right to be in here.
They're so entitled.
Immediately, I'm fucking pissed because I'm butt naked. I feel violated. I feel like weird. Like I don't want to deal with this, right? So the girls are...
I'm so sorry to laugh. It's just she is a natural born storyteller. Clearly, the way she's just explaining it is funny, but it's of course not funny. You can see the person on the side of the screen here. You know, if you support this, I'm going to start by saying this. If you support this, you do not support trans people or trans rights. You're supporting perverts and pervert rights. I just think it's important for us all to know exactly who we are and what we support. And I think it's vital that you know that that's in fact what you're doing. That's in fact what you're doing. And a lot of people will support, you know, the trans woman, as she and I both did, out of, you know, I know the baseline instincts behind it, which is you want to protect the underdog in your own head. But you haven't messed up who's the underdog in this situation, because I'm going to continue the video here. But what's important to know is because she complained, she had her membership to Gold's Gym revoked. So the underdog is not the trans person here. The underdog is the person who has been violated, complained about it, and then punished for complaining about it.
So the girls are walking in and they're seeing the commotion and they actually chime in and say, yo, I don't know why he's in here. He's not supposed to be in here. And then I talk to the people that work at Gold's Gym and they don't really have anything to do. They just like, oh, we can file a report about it, incident report. What the is going on? Like, listen, how can you say you're a woman or you want to be a woman and you don't care how women feel?
I feel like she's watched my channel. I feel like the reason I love how she's saying this is because it's like all the Blair White talking points. But of course, anybody with two working eyes could see that this person does not belong in the women's locker room. And you know what? I'm going to say this. This story hits particularly home because I am a trans person who has a Gold's Gym membership. Yep. And one thing about it, I don't care. Anybody also with, you know, two working eyes in their right minds know there's a big difference between me and this person. However, even I, guess one place I'm not going to be at Gold's Gym, I'm not going to be in the women's locker room.
She goes in the men's.
It's just disrespectful. It's just like a principle thing. It's a moral thing. Yes. And the thing about it is, I don't know if this person is just not self-aware or insane or both, but like you can't tell me even this person feels like they really look enough like a woman or would cause no commotion like that. It's just not happening. So there was a whole scene though. This gets more dramatic. Watch.
Gold's Gym, men, grown men.
This is really sad because no one is sticking up for her. It's a real problem. What if that was your child? What if that was your little girl? And you know what? They still stick up for the men. This is really sad, though. This is a problem. The Democrats ruin everything they touch. They had to weaponize the fucking LGBTQ trans community.
Men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know.
They're ignoring her. Like she's the crazy one.
With Google Play Games, you can play unlocked. Unlock your game here and here with one purchase. Sync your game seamlessly.
Everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one's saying shit.
I love her. I love her. I want to be best friends with her. But isn't this just, you know, so indicative of society in general, right? No one says shit, no one does shit, no one cares anymore. And, you know, it's really sad, but I actually do understand the perspective of the people who are just standing around not addressing it or like not caring, not wanting to speak up, because this world is insane and people are scary as hell right now. And it's like people I know are just trying to avoid a confrontation of any kind, even if it means standing up for what's right. But society would be in a much better place if there were more of her around, right?
Yes.
Now, because the story keeps escalating, TMZ interviewed the trans person, and we can hear this person's side, his side of the story.
This is the only part
I feel like this had to happen in order for people to learn about trans. It's a thing. We're here.
Yeah, you can't. I'm sorry. This is what if the entitlement, the bar just it goes higher than heaven with these people.
We're going anywhere. We've been here for thousands of years.
No,
I'm gonna lose my mind.
No, it used to be called. Nope.
Sir, do you think you're some sort of educator in this situation? He thinks he's teaching people in this situation.
He's a learn.
He feels like this was a productive Wow.
They're teaching us better. We need to learn.
And are any trans people going to be talking about this? Per usual, it's the same crap every time. You have a million trans influencers, you have a million trans TikTokers who are not going to even address this.
Nope.
And so then we have a situation where the rest of society sees us as a whole as complicit. You have this person on TMZ talking about this is trans, I am trans. It's just a nightmare. It's just a nightmare. And the nightmare continues that, come to find out, shocker, spoiler alert, this should surprise nobody. This person is actually a convicted woman abuser. Trans person accused of exposing self in women's locker room was convicted of brutally beating ex-wife.
And 99% of them are.
Before taking her name. I didn't even read the last part of that Wow.
Never tell me the left is aside for women's rights. Never. When you read shit like this. Just debunked. Actions speak louder than words.
That is some scary stuff.
Yeah.
Can you tell I'm trying to swear less, by the way? That's not normally how I would say that.
We forgive you.
That is psychopathic. What part of trans involves identity theft of your romantic partner? I don't really know. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Maybe I'm just not trans. Maybe I'm a whole other thing, and I really don't know what it is.
You're the original.
It doesn't change anything about the fact that I look this way and how I see myself and everything. But if this is trans, and if everybody that is doing this sort of stuff is just going to keep declaring this is trans, I am trans, who am I to really stand in their way? Let me not be a roadblock. Have at it. I guess I'm just Blair.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be, so long as, other transsexuals like myself are facing the
These are the trans people we need to support. People like Blair. Because they respect biological science. And they will... Yeah, you can tell she respects. She would totally put biological women before her own self.
This shit is disgusting.
And she has.
Conflation with who they are and what this is. And I'm not even talking about people who are on the outside, conflating those things. I'm talking about people within the trans community conflating this, and then everybody else is silent.
For a second, this is why Trump separated the LGBT from the QT+. Because stuff like that is happening. And he's not transphobic. He's protecting the normal LGBT. The normal LGB.
And y'all bitch about everything, too. So it's I know you didn't miss it. Here is the person's charges, apparently.
Look at this.
Grant Freeman, that's his name. Hey, Grant. The man who was found in the women's locker room of Gold's Gym.
Yeah. This is just... Oh, my God. The left is not on the side of reality.
Was charged with 3 counts relating to drugs, trafficking, possession, and failure to comply. So also a crackhead. And I think that's clear.
Yeah.
Because you got to be on drugs to think that nobody was going to notice that or see that you're a whole man in a locker room.
There.
And here's the thing. A locker room and getting undressed is a wholly unnecessary part of going to the gym. It really is. There are millions of people who go to the gym and even get sweaty and disgusting and will just shower at home. The fact that it has to take place here. And
they do it on purpose.
So anyways, he was also charged with a 3rd-degree felony for domestic violence. Shocker. Shocker. You're violating women now. You violated women in the past. That's who you are. That's what you are. That is the consequence of you being on this earth. I really beg people to start understanding, what are the consequences of me being on this earth? What are the pros? What are the cons for other people around me? Recognize your own pros and cons. Are people suffering because of my presence? Are people enriched because of my presence? Am I, affecting people in a way that maybe I should reassess? Nobody wants to think about their own behavior. No. Because they're all crazy.
No self-awareness, 0%.
And on drugs. Like this gentleman.
Yeah.
Not so gentleman. 3rd-degree felony for domestic violence. I feel like that's more than just like a squabble too. 3rd-degree felon for domestic violence. I was talking about this the other day. I was like, it's so crazy how men hit women. I know that sounds like such a basic, most people all agree that that's wrong. It's like kind of like saying, I can't believe people are mean to puppies. But like, really think about it. Like, a man putting hands on a woman is crazy. Yeah. Is crazy.
It's normalized.
And so is this.
Yep.
And so is this. Going and think about it if it was your mom or your aunt or your nieces or your anything, right? He met his match. He met like a very tough woman who frankly looked like she could have beat his ass. But, there are minors that go to Gold's Gym or in the locker rooms. Remember that. There are little old ladies. There are people who, and it doesn't even matter what age or what aptitude for protecting yourselves, because you shouldn't have to feel like you have to protect yourself in a space like that. And yet now women do because of this situation and others like it. So here is this person's Instagram.
Sorry.
Stupid picture. This person's name is Alexis Black. Hey, Grant. High priestess. So it's a witch.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Y'all love to overlook that. Y'all love to overlook these witches. It's not just drugs. It's clearly demonic possession.
It is. I truly believe it.
Laugh if you want to. You see the world.
Yes.
You see this.
Is
it really that far off? Somatic coach. You realize a somatic coach is where people go in to heal their childhood traumas, their life traumas through body movement to readjust their nervous system, right? So this clearly unhealed monster of a person who has never once thought about his own trauma is healing, and movement sometimes involves touching, right? Like he'll help you like adjust your body in a certain way. So just another perverted job. This is your whole life. This is your whole life. And who are you to heal anybody? Courtesan priestess. So I was like, what is that word, courtesan? It's a prostitute.
Yep.
So you're a prostitute witch.
They fill all the boxes.
And who's paying for that? Who's paying for that?
The left.
I know you couldn't pull anything in the actual, transsexual sex worker world. I know you couldn't.
Probably has
not the grossest pervert will be paying for that. Which is, I guess, why you have to go get your rocks and your pebbles.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome.
In a locker room. And by the way, I am begging men, please stop transitioning just because you're chopped. Please stop transitioning just because you're ugly.
Yes.
You don't get a second chance
celebrities.
as the other gender just because you were ugly. Because where is even the upgrade? I mean,
it's a downgrade.
It's not doing much. Yeah. And of course, only a few people in the community are going to talk about this. They're going to receive all this abuse. It's the same stuff over and over again. And for that, I beg, please, people who are scared of just speaking out for the truth, please stop worrying about losing friends over just standing up for what's right. I know that's what it's about. You're worried about people cutting you off because you're perceived to be transphobic, you're perceived to be a bigot or whatever. I have never worried about getting cut off. As long as it's not by the electricity, the power, right, the gas,
how do you
then
not
I'm
love
good.
this bitch? Sorry
You could cut me off all day long. Here's another video from the altercation, by the way.
Women like to see dick.
Look at him.
Exactly. Get out of the way.
And look at the gym. The people
Okay,
that
so
work at
one
the gym
person did
sticking
say
up for
thank
them.
you.
Stay out of the women's locker room. We don't want it. He needs to have his gym membership revoked for that shit. And the woman told you. He assaulted me. The girl told already. We already filed reports. No.
That's fine. I want the video.
You can't get rid of me.
Child.
I'm a woman and I have every right to not want a man in the
Oh my God, he just walked right back in.
Yeah.
Oh. You, sir, are a problem. A really big problem. You know, every single one of these things is an opportunity for trans people to stand up and be like, we stand with women against this. We stand against this.
Yes.
Because it's not as if actual transsexuals are not also victims of perverts. I know you all are.
He's a Republican.
When you're someone who is fetishized in society, which often happens, I'm talking about real trans people, not this man.
Yep.
Okay. Then you know that perverts are a risk to you too. So how do you not see that commonality or that camaraderie with women? These are all opportunities to show. And just take away people's ability to say that trans people are complicit in this, or just like this disgusting person is saying for themselves, this is trans. I'm teaching people about trans. Why are we giving this person that right to do that? Can you just grow some balls? I know half of y'all are trying to cut him off. Half of y'all have already cut him off. But, you know, figuratively, grow some cojones.
That's right.
And say something.
Stand up for what's
It's
right.
really not that hard.
Stand up for the truth.
Think of this was your mom dealing with this. Thank you so much to Ground News for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel. Follow me on X, Instagram, TikTok, all the things, and I will see you in the next episode.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching my first reaction video. My name is Rocky. Remember in life always to stay self-aware, pursue truth, and then let's party. Y'all have a wonderful day.